just had a great lunch in Boulder at the Hungry Toad, William. And now we are going to break down the senior film of Gavin Mueller. I'm pretty excited for this one.
Well, not only that, but we climbed all the way up to the top of this parking garage to work off our dinner or lunch and make sure you guys have a good view of the mountains.
Yeah, so Gavin Mueller, I think we did a video on him when he committed.
Yeah.
And he had some pretty big offers at that point. You know, Notre Dame was in the mix with him. And you had some other schools that were Power 5 programs, but his recruitment has really taken off to another level. Still committed to Colorado, was out in Boulder for the Iowa State game here recently. This is one, when you look at this commitment list, you got to try to keep him on board.
Yeah, well, I think I liked what he said about there were reasons why you picked CU that go beyond just the name of the school or the win-loss record and things like that. And so things like that I think really stick with a kid and end up still being the reasons at the end of the day. So, you know, Alabama got in recently, and I think he's going to stick with us. And I think he's the kind of guy that's a program changer, frankly.
Yeah, and he's from South Elgin High School in Illinois, now a composite 4-star prospect. Really has been dominating both as a Wildcat quarterback and as a tight end this season. It seems like he's getting multiple touchdowns in each of those roles week after week this season.
Yeah, I think I look at his highlights, and he's got like 4 and 5 touchdowns every single game, which I think speaks to a coaching staff that's smart enough to use him in ways to get him the ball. And he just, you watch his film, like you watch the first 2 plays on he's got a new highlight of his first 4 games of this year, and the first 2 plays you just see his speed. He just runs away from everybody like they're not even there. And then you know, they play him at that Wildcat, and every time they give him a snap at a Wildcat, he just runs through the middle, bounces off of guys, and goes however long it is to the touchdown.
What's most impressive is this is Gavin Mueller's 2nd year ever playing football. He was a basketball player, a track athlete early on. We were talking about this at lunch. Usually guys that transition from basketball to football are not naturally physical the way that he is.
Yeah, and you see plays in this. I mean, the 4 games this year, I think it's maybe 2-3 minutes long, so it's not that long of a watch. But you see him blocking, and he takes one guy and just bulldozes him and puts him on his back. And then a lot of those, there's a couple of those runs from the Wildcat where they're on the goal line, so he's got a bunch of guys in the middle, and he just runs over guys to get in the end zone. So he's not shy away from physicality at all.
Any specific clips that really stood out?
Yeah, I think there's you know, the first 2, like I mentioned, on the third play, the third play, he makes a really nice adjustment to the ball and shows that he can adjust to a bad throw and make good catches. There's a couple like that. You know, one thing is that this kid's 6'6" and 255, and he just keeps getting bigger. I mean, I think the first time I saw him, he was 245, but he's going to play at 270 and be even faster once he gets into our strength and conditioning program. But this is a guy you build an offense around. There's a play at 2:15 mark. If you like to see defense, he comes off the edge and really puts in the effort to make a sack on the quarterback. And then there's a play at the 2:42 mark, which is the blocking play I mentioned. That's a really nice one. But and then 101 mark, he's going down the sidelines and it's underthrown, and he turns around and catches it over his head. So he really adjusts to the ball. He's got really nice hands. Just runs like a deer. This guy, he's going to play at 270 for us and be even faster.
Yeah, he claims 10-foot broad jump. Says that he's got a 6'11" wingspan. Currently 6'6", 250, but you're right. You look at his frame and you can tell that he's going to easily put on 20 pounds. You try not to get the hype get out of control with some of these recruits. This is just one of those.
Yeah.
It just high floor, high ceiling. Like I just don't see this as there being really any bust potential with this prospect.
No, and this is the modern version of the tight end, and just really has everything that you check off the box on. You look at your best tight ends in the NFL, and this kid's got all the things. And what really stands out to me is he's really got a love for the game, and he plays full speed at all times. You know, he's not half-assing it, and I just think he's a superb prospect. And you know, I know people say, "Well, we don't throw the tight end." Well, you make your offense around this guy.
Yeah, and there's a reason that Alabama, Auburn, Miami are now after him.
Right.
Bill, William, I would imagine that I mean, these offers are going to keep coming in until signing day. So Brett Bartolone's done a really good job recruiting him.
And Notre Dame was after him really hard. I posted up on the board today some photos of the kid. Some of them are at the Notre Dame camp, and then there's a picture in there, and you see how much bigger he is than Bartolone, and he's almost at the top of that. He's in a picture with Coach Prime in front of that wall, where the commits are, and he's almost above the letters on the wall.
Yep. All right. Well, Gavin Mueller, a very talented tight end, currently committed to the Buffaloes. Are going to try to keep him on board as we get close to the signing period.